All right, here we go. You know, some may call this day 2, night 2 of Dadcraft. Okay, it doesn't look like much has changed. Oh, it looks like we have we have some sunken in pathway. Okay, whoa. That's not this could be a disadvantageous start here. Here's one of the things about the server. It tells you your death count. So we do not want to die. Because we don't want to die. So let's just buy a little time, get our horts up. Maybe making a sword would be advantageous here. All right, so now it looks like they've done some. I don't see a lot of. Look, I mean this in the best way possible. I don't see a ton of progress. I've seen someone's gated off this area. To me, this just tells me that something went awry over here if there's a gate.
Yeah, hey, somebody should put a fence around that.
But outside of that, this is a little concerning to me. Like, town hall is... Ooh, this is kind of nice. What's over here? Something's going on here. I like it. Oh, hello.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Oh.
There he is.
You look rather dapper in your dripping iron armor.
Yeah, well, you know...
excuse me.
Some stuff has been happening around here. I don't know if you noticed, but hey, listen, if you want some iron, there's a whole bunch in here, by the way. In this other chest. Go for it.
Well,
help yourself.
You know what? I'm a giver. I'm not a taker. I want to contribute to society before I just start taking all of our resources. But can you give me a little lay of the land? I see these like stoppers here. I feel like there's something going on, a bigger picture.
There is. Look at. Okay, so this stopper here. I use like this website to make circles in an otherwise square world.
Okay.
It's like a plotting sort of thing. So I measured it out from the portal. This portal NL made last night.
How do you feel about its placement right near City Hall? Or
well,
Town Hall?
I'm just gonna make City Hall around it. I'm not about to break somebody else's hard work. You know what I mean? So instead, I'm just gonna build the City Hall around the portal.
Okay. But it's gonna be a dome, though, huh?
Well, we can make a little dome on top of it, yeah. Like, I think it's gonna be like a circular building with either like a roof or some sort of dome or something.
Oh.
Maybe we can, you know, make it look like an observatory or something like that if you want, or whatever. I mean,
that would be great. Can I be the first? What's underneath a foreman on a construction site?
Probably like a engineer, or maybe like the foreman is like the guy, right?
Yeah.
He's the guy who like directs the labor.
Yeah.
So right under a foreman, I think, is just like a worker.
Can you give me?
Is that who you want to be?
Yeah. Just tell me. Just point me in the direction, and I'll start blasting. What do we need here?
This mountain needs to be cleared out too. But look I can make you some nice tools. I got some diamonds.
Well, hey, you know what they say. A labor is only as good as his...
foreman is only as good as his tools.
You took it right out of my mouth. Okay, so I will start excavating this direction.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
No
Oh
problem.
my god.
Cool. So
it's nice to have help. Like, jeez.
Oh, here's a mine shaft. Chat was saying there was a mine shaft because look, I was looking around and I was impressed with, like, there was something going on above my pay grade, but outside of that, it didn't seem like there was a lot going on. But it's more than meets the eye.
It is, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of really exciting stuff happening here today. We're gonna have this circular town hall, right? And see, like, where the paths are for the bumpers, like on each side, it can be like the town hall, like the core of the town hall can be like a crossroads. So we can have like roads leading out, connecting up, and then along those roads we can have people's houses. You know, we can have like a big storage facility. We can have like a big sort of like central place for like mine carts to come to, full of goods that we mine up. If we find like a monster spawner, we can make an XP machine, which is kind of fun. There's a whole bunch of really cool machines that we can make that we can automate as well with like redstone and stuff.
Okay, so I got it. So you see, like, essentially in the cardinal directions of the dome, roads leading out, and along the roads you may find some humble abodes.
Yeah, but okay, how about this? On top of the town hall, which is going to be kind of like circular, we have like a cool dome that's made out of glass, so you can get some natural light in there. But then, like where the circle is, okay? I don't know if you're ready for this. It might actually blow your mind.
Okay.
But I'm thinking like the circle goes all the way down, right to bedrock, okay? So it's like a cylinder with like a big gap around it. It's going to be a lot of work. And then some bridges, okay, with like some really beautiful waterfalls trickling off of it. Maybe some lava as well, just like to spice it up a bit. So kind of like a moat, yeah, but it's like more of a chasm. And then those roads are like bridges to it. So it'll look a little bit like something out of like Lord of the Rings or something, I guess. I don't know like what you would...
I'll tell you what, in your previous life, I know you were like a programming banker, but
yeah.
You sound more of like a world architect. Like, who's the guy that started The Sims? Will Wright?
Oh yeah, that's him. Yeah.
I mean,
he did start it. Yeah.
I think that's kind of what you're calling. I mean, what you're describing is a utopian society for Minecrafters around the world.
Is that the kind of society you want to be like a part of?
I do, and the reason is because we're still feeling each other out. I amongst utopia, there's just a little thread of room for chaos, and that's
What kind of chaos are you talking about? Like maybe a tube filled with lava or something?
Yeah, not destructive chaos, but just enough where you're like, we gotta have some a little security or some. There has to be some constitution.
Like pineapple on a pizza. You get like that cheesy, doughy goodness with like some salty meat and stuff, and then bam, all of a sudden out of nowhere, why is there fruit on here? You know what? I just realized since we're both here, we need 2 beds. Let me grab some more wool.
I mean, we don't have to have 2 beds. I'm okay with it.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't think there's a mechanic for us to share a bed. As much as I'd like to, I'm the same as you. Like, I'm pretty okay with it. But the game was obviously programmed by people who weren't very progressive. So you're just kind of you get what you're given.
Okay.
Holy crap! You're a machine, Dan.
Hey,
look at this. Is just disappearing right before my eyes. I love it. I don't even have to do anything. It's just happening.
I have a saying so you can get preemptive Monka S in chat. I'm a nuclear warhead. Just point me in the right direction and I'll get the work done. But I gotta have some direction. Otherwise, it's chaos.
I mean, a nuclear warhead needs direction as well, right? You're not just gonna launch that any old place. You've got to launch it at the right place.
Or hopefully not at all. Hopefully not at all.
Hopefully not at all. Yeah.
You hope to never have to use it.
Yesterday I picked them up from school and my son straight away is like, yo, me and my friend were talking about how sick it would be if we had a mod for Minecraft where you could have babies or something. And I was just like, okay. Like he uses all this weird language that I haven't taught him either. Like he says like sick and like legit. He says legit a lot now. I don't know if your kids are like old enough to be using those.
Oh no, they're pretty young.
He's like, that's really legit, or like that would be sick or something, which I get it, but like I don't know. I guess his friends at school are like a bad influence or maybe a good influence. I don't know if that's cool or not. They say it's actually really hard to learn for people who have never spoken English before and they're learning it for the first time. Because there's lots of slang and
there's a lot of words that are like this, like same thing. Like the same word means 3 different things. Like I'm not bitter, but in 2nd grade, I lost a spelling bee because they gave me the word witch,
right.
and
WITH or WHICH, right?
Well, I spelled WITCH, and it was the other one. And in my head, and I know they didn't say this, in my head I know I asked for an example, and they said which is which, but they really didn't say that. Like that's me justifying getting it wrong in 2nd grade. But
with the spelling bees, is it like a stereotypical spelling bee where you have to stand like up in front of the class and like say, spell it out and stuff? Like, was it embarrassing or anything? Or,
It was in front of the whole school in the cafeteria, and I mean, when I got it wrong, I didn't feel good. I'm sure I cried or something, but I remember the girl in my class won. She won like the whole thing, even beat like older kids. And the reward, and it's so like trivial, but I wanted it so bad. It was, imagine a pin the size of a quarter of an American dime. That was the reward, and she would
That was
just
the reward.
yeah, and it came in this plastic box, and it just looks so cool. And you know, I haven't forgot it to this day. Yeah, do you think we'll have like and I don't know what kind of dad stuff you're into, but are you into like garage stuff?
Well, I mean, I'm in a garage right now. I converted my garage into a studio.
But
So yeah, I love my garage.
But that's not typical dad stuff. I'm talking like.
No, I suppose, yeah.
Are you into? Do you do any typical dad stuff?
No, I'm like I'm a very modern dad in that sense. Like for me, a typical like old school dad would be like my dad. Like didn't care about the kids at all. You know, he would work a lot. And then when he wasn't working, he would find some other shit to work on around the house, right? That usually involved making a lot of noise, sweating profusely, and being more angry than like his day job, right? So like fixing his car or something. You know, like that's my dad was kind of like that.
What's the last thing you've fixed on your house, like that would be considered home improvement?
Like something really basic. If it's like harder than really basic, I'll just phone somebody and get them in to do it.
So like
I won't do it myself.
Like what's the last thing you remember doing?
The last thing I remember doing is I changed some light bulbs that went out.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
That's about the extent of it. If it's anything more than that, like if I have to drill a hole in something or whatever, no way. Like I'm not doing it. I'm not even a real dad. Come on, Chad, I am. I just don't want to do that kind of stuff. I don't want to live like that.
Do the parents at like your kid's school, do they know what you do?
Yeah, I mean some like not like all of them because like I kind of like I know some of them to say hello, but you know like you know the parents of like your kids' friends a lot better, right?
Yeah.
Like they might come over for like a birthday or something like that. So they tend to know, yeah. And they seem to think it's pretty good. It's very much like a lot of kids watch a lot of this stuff now, right? Like
Yeah.
so they're aware of it, but I think they're always kind of surprised that somebody as old as I am does it because it is kind of like typically younger people who are doing it, right? But what about you? Like, do you have friends who know what you do, and are they kind of like, what the hell, Dan? What are you doing? Or are they all like pretty supportive?
No, I have a gauge, right? So if I meet someone, my wife has a really big family, and I have this gauge, and I'm like, okay, if I think they'll understand, I'll tell them. If not, I'll just say something else, you know?
Right. I mean, I kind of do that too. I don't always just open up with, "Hi, I play video games." You know, like if somebody's really serious or I feel like they're maybe older, like much older than me, and they just won't get it, and I don't feel like explaining it, I just say, I just do media production or something like that, you know? Like,
Which is very true.
it is true, yeah, but it's just like, like traditional media production is making those like really corny corporate videos and stuff, right? Which I would love to do, but I don't actually do.
You should do one for your Twitch channel.
Yeah, I should. Have you seen my YouTube channel trailer?
I have. How long is it?
It's way longer than it should be, but it's got some really good special effects, especially at the start. There's like some explosions and stuff. It's pretty good.
I may, and it's after we're done here, I think I'm gonna react to it because I've never seen it. Do you play golf?
I mean, I've never really played a full game of golf, but somehow I've been to the driving range many times. I actually have like a decent drive as well. I can actually hit the ball and not look like really dumb doing it. You know what I mean?
It's because you have dad strength. I feel like once you become a dad, your inherent strength, although it may not change your physical appearance, is 5x. 5x what it was pre.
I think so. But like we had a in phys ed at school, our teacher was really into golf, and he did like a whole module on like. He took us to the driving range like a couple of times, like
in his car.
We would just be no, like on a bus, like it was like an organized. It wasn't like no, and like you know, like on the football field, we'd have tees and we'd be like practicing like chipping and driving and stuff like that. Like I don't think he was even meant to really teach us golf. I think he just wanted an excuse to like practice golf. But I feel like it's pretty good because now I can go to the driving range and do some drives and stuff, and it's one of those things like, do you ever have a thing where you can do something but nobody expects that you'll be able to do it, and then you just get those moments where you're like, hey, check this out, and they're like, oh yeah, wait for it, like this he's gonna, and then you do it really well, or like at least somewhat competently, and they're like, whoa, I can't believe it, can't believe this guy has this ability, you know.
That's you with golf.
That's me with not golf, not the full game, just the driving range.
Do you call it different than 250 yards in the UK? You guys use a different measurement?
I don't know if they what do they use in the UK, chat? I don't know. Like yards for me, like the only time I would ever use yards is like American football, which I played a lot growing up and I watched a lot growing up.
You played
so
American football?
Still for me, yards. Yeah, like at school and stuff, and like I tried out for a team one time when I was young.
Did you make it?
Like
Did you play?
13 or something. I got to the last cut, and then I went on a family vacation. I missed a whole bunch of practices, and then they didn't let me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was because of my lack of ability. Like I could run pretty fast. I was okay. Like I had the height and like the build for it. I was like really tall, like growing up. But I think it was just it's just bad timing. You know?
Yeah, as a former American football coach, you take that time away from the team. Like I'm taking a less talented kid that is, you know, has been there the whole time. No offense, I'm sure you had fun at Wally World, but while you were having fun at Wally World,
really did, yeah.
Your teammates were, you know, hitting and running.
Mean, it was like kind of traumatic because the whole time I was there, I was worried that I wasn't going to make the team. And I kept saying to my parents, like, can we just like go home? And they were like, no, we're on vacation. And sure enough, we got home and disappointment once again.
I mean, do you ever think if you didn't get cut from football, do you think your life would be any different right now? Like you could be in the Super Bowl in a couple weeks.
When I got cut from football, I had a lot more time to play a lot more video games, and maybe getting cut from the team was like the best thing that could have happened. You know? Developed a deep, passionate love for video games, and now here I am playing them all the goddamn time. So.
Do you remember, you know, after you got the devastating news you didn't make the team, did you like turn to like Tifa and Final Fantasy VII to like ease the pain, or what did you play?
No, it wasn't anything like that. I was old enough to sort of be like, well, I didn't want to get on the team anyway, and then I went and smoked like a whole pack of cigarettes behind the bike shed. So
at age 13?
Yeah.
You're smoking at 13?
Yeah. It was like the high school I went to was just like that. It had a smoking section and everything. It was just really easy to get into that stuff.
I mean, that was like in the 70s.
Just we left like elementary school when we were like 13, and then went into high school, started mixing with all these other schools and like bad apples and stuff, and next thing you know, boom, just a full-time smoker. Like I used to smoke a lot, actually, way more than I ever should have.
In school? In your high school?
Yeah. Yeah, like between classes. Yeah.
What? No,
this is like
you're lying. That's the first Sips lie.
No, it's not. I remember. I distinctly remember. Like you'd finish a class and then you'd have like 5 minutes to get to the next class. We'd run into the smoking section and quickly smoke, and then off to the next class. Like it was just the way it was. Yeah, just the way it was.
Man, that is like, you got to wake up pretty early in the morning to say, like, to shock me, and you shock the school. Like, I get smoking in malls and restaurants and stuff back then, but in school, that's like,
yeah, no, we just like, I mean, it was outdoors, like you had to go outside, and you know, Canadian weather being as it is, it wasn't always pleasant or whatever, but yeah.
So Ryan and I do this thing on Tuesdays called the Golden Egg Challenge series, where we we have a gaming challenge. So we lost last week, so I have to give a book report live on Twitch about a specific speed run since we lost.
And why do you think you lost? It was Minecraft, wasn't it, last week?
Yeah, we tried to do a 2-hour Minecraft speed run and place in the top 100 spots in Minecraft or speedruns.com, and we fell a little short. I was a little not salty, but like I could have spent more time on Dadcraft, but I'm like, man, I got to do this book report, and then I remembered what homework is like, you know?
Yeah, and it sucks, right?
Yeah, it's not fun.
Actually, the worst. No, nobody wants to do it. Like, I barely ever did it, and then I used to get in trouble for not doing it. It's just the way it goes, you know.
Did you pipe back at your teachers, or were you just quiet? Like you didn't mess with your teachers?
I wasn't overly sort of like, I wouldn't say I was confrontational as a student.
Mhm.
You know, like I wouldn't egg on a teacher or whatever, but I was probably annoying. Like I was the guy, I was disruptive, right? Like I would talk a lot when I shouldn't, or joke around when I shouldn't, and stuff, you know. Like I used to get kicked out of class a lot, so I'd have to like spend time sitting in the hallways and stuff like that. And I look back now and I think like, why did I do that or whatever? I mean, it was kind of fun, you know. Like it was just like, you know, like those times when you're in class and you get the giggles, you know you shouldn't be laughing and you're just like laughing like crazy.
I know that all too well.
There's just lots of that, you know. Like it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was like malicious, like I wasn't mean or anything like that.
Yeah.
I was just not engaged, you know what I mean? I was just like more interested in just like farting around, like making jokes with my friends and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Just wanted to have some fun.
Is this the official garden area, or is this just random?
It's just random, just because I was worried that we were gonna run out of food, so I just grew some stuff there just for now.
Okay.
But
Is there a place where I can put like do you have like an official garden area, or an area you'd like to put a
No,
farm?
I'm just trying not to put stuff inside the perimeter of where this like base is gonna be. Which
Okay.
It's got to be said, we've done a really good job of clearing out. Look at this.
Looks
It's
great.
coming together.
Yeah, so basically it's the only we're almost done, huh? I mean, just
Yeah,
I got-
just got to clear out a bit more, and then I can start putting like the sort of like framework around for where the circle is going to be, and then once like the sort of core round thing is down, then we can sort of figure out what we're going to put on the side, like if we want to like build outwards, or if we want to build stuff inside, or what. Oh, do you want some armor, by the way?
Sure. If you got extra. Don't
I
waste
think
any good materials though. I'll take your olds. I'll take your hand-me-downs.
No, here, I can make you a hat and probably some boots, which should tide you over for
Oh,
a
I
bit.
have a hat.
Oh, you made a gold hat.
Yeah, it's my
Nice.
construction hat.
No, that's very good. Here, take these boots at least. I'm right behind you.
Oh, thank you.
I'll put the rest of these materials in the box here. I gotta go because I gotta do
Yeah, good
I'm doing
luck.
this lobby. But I'll put all my materials in here, so if you guys are on later or whatever, there's diamonds, there's like all sorts of stuff. Feel free to use whatever.
I do feel like, knowing Ryan a little bit, I would, and it would have to come from you. I would just maybe say whatever area you want to protect, because he's like probably chaotic good. Like he may build something in the middle, which is, you know.
Do you know what? That's fine. I
Okay.
feel like it's a collaborative thing, right? If he wants to build something, well, we can just work around it. Like
Okay.
kind of like the portal. It wasn't in the best spot, but we made it work. Now look. You know
That's
what I mean?
right. Yeah.
It's the centerpiece.
So we'll
now.
just clean up Ryan's mess, is kind of what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
We'll just clean it up every single day. Like if he's on tonight and he makes a mess, I'll clean it up tomorrow.
Want to catch up on the Dan Gheesling Show because you can't catch it live on Twitch? Then go to youtube.com/Dan Gheesling Plays. There you'll find every single one of our live shows cut up in an easily digestible episode for your viewing pleasure. Episodes are up within a couple days of the show, so you're never too far behind if you want to catch up and watch live. That's youtube.com/Dan Gheesling Plays to watch anything you might have missed on Twitch.
It might actually blow your mind.